Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole J, my Fluffy Life channel. Thank you for viewing. Hopefully, you have subscribed. This will be my vlog for the week, even though today is Sunday. I think it's like the 15th. No, the 16th. I'm sorry. And I'm actually going to do my face. As you can see, I have my old tatted eyebrows that have faded, honey. Faded. But that's okay because we're going to cover that up. So I wanted to do my face today with you guys and gals. And I wanted to discuss a topic since I will be doing motivational speaking. I wanted to ask you a question as far as being in a situation of being with a man or baby daddy and you're not able to leave or feel that you're not able to leave. How do you get past that situation? How do you move on when you have spent years and years with someone? How do you do that? Well, I may have some tips and pointers, okay? Okay, first, so let's get it started, but I'm going to tell you what I'm starting off with, okay? I'm going to start off with my CoverGirl. This is the Depuffer CoverGirl Olay Eye Concealer. However, I do use this under my eyes, and I do use it on some of these spots that I have. So that's what I will be applying. I have already put some on my hand, and I'm just going to go in with my finger and just place it on the places that I want to be covered. Now, I will say this, I'm not an expert, not trying to be an expert, so don't come for me. This is how I do my makeup. Hopefully, all of you ladies or guys, whatever you guys are doing, your makeup, however fits to you. And if this is your first time really doing makeup or just trying to play around getting into makeup, hopefully this will help you out. This is my not a beauty blending pad, it's just the pad that came with my foundation that I use. So I actually just fold it in half like that, or bend it in half, however you want to say, and I go in and I blend it out. So getting into the subject at hand, just a little background story about me. Before I got married, I used to date a guy. We're not gonna say his name, okay? But I used to date a guy. It was a very unhealthy relationship, and I was head over heels in love with him. Head over, stupid, dumb in love. Not drunk in love, stupid, dumb in love. That's what I thought. He had a lot of things that he was hiding from me, but in my point in life at that time, I felt like I had to prove to him that I was that ride or die and that I wasn't going to go anywhere. I mean, and he sent me, or shall I say, I sent myself through hell and high water with this dude because I felt like I had a point to prove, not knowing that most of the times when we do that, we are dealing with some things that we haven't addressed for ourselves, some issues that we have not addressed for ourselves in our life. So we feel like we have to, when we're in that relationship, we have to use that relationship as a bounce to fix those things. Nope. Who am I to have to prove something to a grown as man? Okay. Nada. So what I do to bake my face, good old powder. And all I've done is use the bottom of my, I guess, foundation thing. I don't know what you want to call it. Get some powder, girl. Get some powder. Guy. Okay, so I'm going to dab that in there. And this is what I do. Just pat a little bit. Not too much. Just enough to kind of hold that in place. Because what I want to do once I put my foundation on, which will be my next step, I don't want this to move. And I don't want my foundation to move either. So I'm going to pat that around. Make sure that it's kind of even, actually. Sometimes I OD on this. You don't have to OD. I do. My business. Just saying. So set that to the side while that is baking. I'm going to actually do my eyebrows. This is just Beauty Supply 99-cent eyebrow pencil black. Nothing special. And I'm going to show you how I actually just go over my permanent eyebrows. Okay. So moving on. So long story short, I was with him for, I think, 3 years. And baby, when I say the first year is always semi-great. Then after that, it went to that's what it was. But I learned from it. I learned from that situation. After me and him separated, with the help of God, of course, always putting him first. Amen, amen. I was able to find out who I was as a woman because I took a hiatus from men. I did. I had to find out for myself who I was, what I liked, what I didn't like, because my life was so surrounded by him and making him happy. That's what it was all about. Okay. And that's really not self-love. When you have so much to give to someone else, but they're not giving back in return. That was a sign. Or they said it because it sounded good, never really following through with action. Hello, love is what love does. Can you say that again? Love is what love does. Hashtag and put that down. Love is what love does. If you don't understand, repeat it 5 times. But I was by myself for a little over a year. I didn't date. I didn't have a boyfriend. None of that. I don't know if I could say that, but I said it. And after a year or some, I fasted. I prayed. Cause girl, you got to pray a year without the. No, I'm playing. But I fast. I prayed. I tried to really find a higher source to believe in, to find faith in myself. And I did have a child with him. That's Brennan, the oldest. And girl, they look totally different, don't they? Let's bring this down a little bit. That's the good thing about drawing on eyebrows. You can kind of make them how you want, right? But that's when I started to work for a place. I don't know if I can disclose their name on this, so I won't. But it's a very high-end grocery store. And or a well-known grocery store in the South. Booyah, okay? That's going to be my brows today. They are not how I typically make them because it's actually more difficult to do this on camera than I thought. But they will do. They will do. So when I was by myself for a year, after I was by myself for a year, I started working for a job. A friend of mine kind of put a word in for me. Told me, hey, go apply here. I can get some pool for you. And that's how you have to get a job nowadays. Most of the time, you got to know somebody. Amen, amen. So after I got in, I met this guy. And he was just, I saw butterflies all around him. No, I'm playing. But I met this guy. He was not my type. Wasn't thinking about being with anyone at the time. I was thinking about, hey, girl, let's get to this chick. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go in with Kiss. I actually do use Kiss. Who know about that Kiss? And this is Kiss Cover and Care Professional. This is Neutral Cool 10 ACF04. Bam. It's really cool. You see, it needs to be cool because it got the holes at, no, I'm playing. I have no idea why the holes are at the bottom, but that's what I use. That's my color. Using the same one. Whatever you want to call it what y'all want. I don't care. Don't come for me. And I'm going and pat, baby. So long story short, we started talking as friends. Wasn't thinking about being with nobody. Wasn't thinking about none of that, actually, with anyone. I was just thinking about getting to the money for my baby, making a better future for him and myself. They have 401k, boo, boo, boo. I'm like, 401k, what's that? I'm going to get that much money? That's how I just really wasn't in tune with my future. I wasn't in tune with anything because I was really focusing on him. And God is a jealous God. He doesn't want you to put anyone above him. I'm just saying, oh, I'm sorry. I am spiritual. I do believe in the Lord. If you don't like this, click off. But, so long story short, me and him started talking. My friend held a birthday party for me. And he asked me to dance like Pretty Woman, honey. And that's how everything got started. And that's how I became Mrs. Jocks. But, okay, motivational part. If you are stuck in a situation or feel that you are stuck in a situation, you have to sit down and ask yourself, what, girl? What's more important? And that's easier said than done. But let me tell you something. When certain things happen, you have to have a line. You have to draw a line, period. Because what's the saying? If you don't stand for something, you'll go for anything. That is so true. You have to love yourself more. I did not love myself. You need to love yourself more. You know, and I try to put a smile on for everybody else. I really did. I really, really did. Try to put a smile on like everything was cool. No, I knew he was even cheating on me, girl. He even put his hands on me. Remember when Tina and Ike was in the limousine? He put his hands on me, girl. But I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't. And God had to intervene and said, you know what? If you don't love yourself enough, I love you enough. And I'm going to get you out this situation. But because I feel like you have suffered the consequences enough. You have made yourself pay the price enough. So let me show you what real love is from a real man. Okay. So anyways, I'm done with that. I'm just going to do a real quick beat because I don't really want to go through all that. Just saying. I was going to put lashes on. I'm not because I am a mommy. So sometimes I just don't have time for that. So this is just going to be one of my other looks. As you can see on some of my other videos, I do go wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, all the way on them. But I'm not going to do that. So I have my brows on. Most of the time, once I have my brows on, I'm good. But I will show you just a little something that I do. This is called Baked. Hey, Baked. It's almost gone, y'all. It's called Baked, and it's Tetra eyeshadow. But let me tell you something. If you like me, you use it for whatever you want it to be. And today, we're going to put some glam on it, okay? So they have 3 colors, the brown, like the bronze, and the pinkish. I'm going to use like this copper bronze color here. And I'm just going to go in. Now, I do mine like this. I don't know. I saw a YouTuber a long time ago do hers like this. And one, because I don't have the appropriate brush. But that's how I do mine. And you know, I got them cheeks for days, honey. So that's what we're going to highlight right now. Anyways, so long story short, I realized that once I met my husband, y'all can call him FLA Works. That's his name. Facebook, hit him up. But he showed me what a real man is supposed to be like. I didn't have a car at the time. He had a car. Toyota, can you come through with it, y'all? If you got a Toyota, tell me. That's when I say guaranteed, that's guaranteed. Drake on them. But that's how I do mine, y'all. I really do. When I say I'm so messy with it, it's ridiculous. I look like Rudolph now. Let me fix this. I really do look like Rudolph. Let's take some of that off. But my husband like it. But so long story short, y'all, my husband, it actually, yeah, I do look a little crazy. I'm gonna take some of that off because it look a little. Let me tell you something. You do your makeup to what fits you, what makes you happy. Okay? I'm not doing it to impress anybody. If you are, I'm sorry. But yeah. So with that being said, he would give me his car, let me drive to work, and he would watch my son. Straight up. And if he had to go to work, he would take the bus and let me use his car. Do they do that anymore? I don't know. So, moving on, I'm going to take this Max Chermoya lip polish by Max, the company. I don't know. I love Max. It's cheap, but they come through with it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this. I like this because it's color in a gloss. at this time, okay? I just try to do, those are two different colors, orange and that, but actually look decent, y'all. It's not perfect, but I look actually decent. So he would let me use his car. He would go to work, and he just did different things to show me that he wanted to be that guy in my life. I was so confused, still wrapped up and not knowing what I wanted to do. If I was too afraid, I allowed my past situation to affect my present relationship, and excuse me, it showed, and I was having a hard time. I really had a hard time, and he pulled me out of that. He didn't give up. He pulled me out of that and told me, you are enough. And we have been married for 5 years, and we have 2 wonderful children. And I thank God every day for him, because he is an awesome man. But you have to find that strength to want better. When you want better, you'll do better. Ain't that what they say? And that's really what it is. Especially if you have children, you have to find that courage. You have to find your way crawling on your knees out, military style. Because you don't know what seeds you plant into your children when you stay, if you have children, when you stay there. You don't know what you're doing, especially if it's unhealthy, and then it becomes a generational thing at that point, so, and even if you don't have kids, get out of, that's even better. You don't have extra things on your shoulders that you have to be accountable for. It's easier to leave. So I'm gonna put some lashes on. Hold on. Okay, you guys, so I put my eyelashes on. My son woke up, so you already know what that means. This is about over. So, long story short, here he is. Say hi, Faven. Look at his hair, y'all. Say hi. Right. So you see why it's like that. But this is my look. The eyelashes that I actually used, I'm sorry, y'all, is Broadway 100%. DSM01. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a 3-pack for $5. Is the best I could find out here. So, with that being said, I just want to say, stay encouraged. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself enough to know, when enough is enough. That's what it boils down to. Knowing when enough is enough, and the choices that you make. The choices that you make. In some shape, form, or fashion, you will pay the consequences, suffer the consequences. And I don't want to say suffer, I like to say pay, because the consequences necessarily don't have to be bad. It doesn't always have to be bad, and I don't like when people say that. It can be good, because when I decided to make a choice on something that showed me different red flag signs, and let's say it was a white flag sign, I'll let you use my car. I will watch your son. I will take your son in as my own. I will provide for you. Those were the signs versus me constantly giving and not receiving back. So realize how much you're worth. Are you worth more than what your circumstances are showing you? Anyways, that got deep real quick. I love you guys. Hopefully you have subscribed by now. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit it. Put down in the comments what you would like to hear about. I am new to this. I'm not perfect, not trying to be. You probably saw all kind of flaws. It is what it is. But this is Nicole J, my fluffy life. Deuces. Say deuces, Faven.
Deuces.
Bye, y'all.